But we begin with a Fox News alert. The NYPD telling the Associated Press 2 police officers are dead following an ambush attack today. According to the authorities, a gunman opened fire on the officers this afternoon while they were sitting in their patrol car. Now, the suspect then allegedly running inside a subway station and turning the gun on themselves. Brian Yenes is following this story from our New York City newsroom. Now, just one gunman, though, at this point, one suspect. Brian, correct?
That's right, Arthel.
Okay.
Now, this reportedly happened just after 3 p.m. today. The 2 police officers, as you said, were shot by a gunman in the head while sitting in their NYPD patrol cars. The officers were parked on the corner of Tompkins and Myrtle Avenue in Brooklyn, New York. This is the Bedford-Stuyvesant neighborhood. Now, according to police and witnesses, the suspect shot the cops in the head, then ran inside a nearby subway station for the G train and fatally shot himself in the head. Witnesses were standing waiting for the train when they heard what appeared to be arguing. One witness told the New York Post that 2 cops were yelling, "Everybody get down," according to the Post. Now, we're working to confirm the identity of the gunman. And of course, sources tell Fox News that this gunman appears to have killed his girlfriend in Baltimore earlier today before coming to New York and allegedly and potentially killing these 2 NYPD officers. Now, this comes at a time of increased racial tensions between police and minority communities around the country following the shooting deaths of Michael Brown and Eric Garner, particularly here in New York, where the apparent chokehold death of Garner by an NYPD white police officer resulted in protests. Last Saturday, 2 NYPD police officers were assaulted by 7 protesters at the Brooklyn Bridge. The officers were punched and kicked as they tried to arrest another demonstrator looking to throw a garbage can onto someone. You're looking right now at the scene where tons of police officers are, where 2 police officers were shot. You see the helicopters, you see the police officers there in SWAT team gear. Again, now we're getting reaction now from community leaders in the Brooklyn area, and we have if we pull up this. Okay, we have one quote actually from an assemblywoman. I'll just read this to give you an idea of the kind of tension that we're dealing with here around the country and in New York with this shooting. Assemblywoman Nicole Maltikas, she says that it is past time for our mayor and citywide leaders to call for a return to order in our streets and to take a hard stance on the lawlessness and aggression towards police officers will not be tolerated. Extreme anti-police sentiment and public unruliness have been permitted to fester for far too long. That is from Assemblywoman Maltikas, who is a representative of people in Brooklyn and Staten Island. Again, 2 NYPD officers shot in the head by a single gunman. We're working to confirm the identity of that gunman. We're expecting a press conference. The officers were taken in one officer was taken in critical condition to Woodhull Hospital.
All right, Brian Yenes, I mean, we don't know what the motive was there, but you hate to hear any kind of story like this, ambushing any police officers or any victims for what seems to be just a senseless killing. Okay, Brian Yenes, thank you very much.
No problem.